Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Rababiah, coming at you with a quick lesson from the Chicago camp. I titled this lesson, The Government Shutdown. So, as we know through the news that the government shut down, and most of the reason is because, of the greed, of trying to get control, so this could also very well be a step in a plan to cause chaos. If the government shut down, it's certain things that people need they're not going to be able to get, so this would be the perfect chance to start that new world order, the new system, and the new world order system is for the wicked that's in control, Esau, to stay in power, and this is what they do because they're on the left-hand side of understanding. I want to start off with Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Well, he's Esau, We know that by the things that he does, that he's the wicked, so this could be, a starting point to gradually, enforce martial law. It could easily roll into that, This, the government knows, Esau knows that his time is running short and, his power, he's losing grip, on society, and that's because of the way he deals with, his business, the way he deals with these other countries. So now these other countries are banding together, and that's what you're seeing, and everything is in a disarray. They're even fighting amongst each other. That's what this government shutdown is about. I want to go to Ecclesiasticus, should I say, Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's where we headed, and that's why everything is in such a disarray. So anyway, check this video out.
Government has shut down and people are now wondering, will they still get their EBT and food benefits? Short, yes, October benefits are safe. If you are on SNAP or EBT, your card will still get loaded this month because those funds are already locked in. But after October, those funds are not guaranteed. USDA has about 30 days of backup money it can move around to keep SNAP running temporarily. If that runs out, if Congress hasn't passed a budget, meaning the shutdown is still going, benefits could be delayed, reduced, or even frozen. Other programs, though, are in bigger danger. WIC, which provides food for women, infant, and children, can run out of funding within just a few days of a shutdown. That means families relying on formula, baby food, and nutrition support could be turned away almost immediately. School meal programs are also at risk if this lasts weeks. Now, here's the thing. Shutdowns aren't always long, but the last one in 2018 lasted 35 days, the longest in U.S. history. Families were warned then that SNAP might not make it another month and that the USDA had to release benefits early to buy time. That shutdown alone cost the U.S. economy about $11 billion. This time, it's even more serious because the White House had told agencies not just to plan for furloughs, but for permanent layoffs and cuts. Meaning some programs may never come back the same even after the shutdown ends. So yes, for this month, EBT is safe and you will receive it. If you have any other questions, comment below. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button for more news. U.S. government.
Wow. And this is all, it's got to happen, man. I mean, the greed, the control levels of, this man's nature is just, it couldn't help but happen. And things are going to get worse. I want to go to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. When it talks about his soul being lifted up, meaning that he's prideful, so when you those two together, they both sides, when I'm talking about prideful, when I'm talking about sides, I'm talking about the Republican and the Democrat, there's same people, and they're both prideful, this is what's going to happen, and it's going to get worse. The Bible talks about these times are going to get worse. So this could very well lead to chaos in the streets, stores being empty. The Bible talks about that. Let's go to that. It talks about that these stores shelves are going to be empty. She's telling you that we got about a month. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth, and they shall suddenly be afraid. It says, at this time friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and earth shall stand in fear of those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountain should stand still. 3 hours they should not run. So this is letting you know that there's some bad times coming, man. And it's talking about the water being shut off. It says, verse 25, it says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So this could very well go into the end. And you can't believe everything that they're showing you on here, everything that's being told to you, because, this man is the enemy, to the truth. He can't find the truth. The truth is just not in him. Let's go to Sirach chapter. When I talk about this man, I'm talking about a lot of these government officials. Let's go to Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for as iron rusteth, so does their wickedness. So over a period of time, iron rusts, and so does this man, so does his wickedness. Over a period of time, you get to see really what you're dealing with, So anyway, we have to be watching. Roughly paraphrasing, Isaiah 33 and 6 says that the wisdom of these scriptures are going to be our stability. So we have to stay into these scriptures, and we got to be watching what's going on, via TV or even, in society. We have to be careful and be vigilant, be watching. I'm going to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time, Lord willing. Shalom. Be vigilant. Be watching. These are the times things are going to get, very wicked. Shalom.